Hi everyone, my name's Christina, and what we're going to do today is just a quick skincare makeup, possibly, hopefully under 20 minutes, but this is for all the ladies who are like me and are over the age of 40, so let's get started. I'm just going to wet my face with some rose water so I can get started with my skincare. Some hyaluronic acid. This is by The Ordinary. And whatever I do to my face, I just take down to my chest. We're going to let that absorb for a little bit. So like I said, The Ordinary. I think it's only like $5. My daytime skincare routine before I apply my makeup is pretty simple, really standard. Next, I'm just going to apply a quick little antioxidant to my face. You'll see it's kind of brown in color. Goes along with some brightening serum. So today I'm just going to use my Strivectin, but typically, can you see that? But typically if I had vitamin C laying around, I would use that. But I don't, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix the two together. Okay, and get that good and settled. I don't forget about the skin underneath my eyebrows because that dries out mighty fast. Okay, and then finally a moisturizer, and I just rub in whatever's left over on my hands. I like this Clinique. I can put this underneath my makeup, my foundation, and it doesn't pill or anything, so because as you'll see, I don't use a primer because all that dimethicone, the hydrating primers are just a glorified moisturizer, and all those dimethicone one based, they have a tendency to just slide around your makeup, so I just stay away from them altogether. And next I'm going to apply this, ladies, is an eye concentrate, not a cream. A concentrate, it's a little bit thicker, works better for all those fine lines and helps a great deal with creasing under your eye. I'll apply this now, and then I'll apply a little bit before I get started. Now, the creams, the serums, they don't work very good. I have this serum that I apply at night. If you can see that. Not the same. The concentrates are a thicker consistency, kind of almost act as like an under eye primer, but not. Yeah, so there we have it. And when this all sets in, I go ahead and I just go under my brows. Now I have a little bit of powder, translucent powder left on my brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my brows. I use quite a few things. So I'm gonna get started. Super simple, like I said, nothing crazy, right? Just gonna give a quick brush through my brows. This is a Morphe pencil. I love it. It's actually in the color Java, but you can see it's Morphe. And the tip is like the finest tip you will find in a pencil. Not only that, but it's not super waxy, as all others have a tendency to be, which was my problem. NYX's pencils, they were super waxy, and I personally can't stand them, so I don't bother. These Morphe pencils are like the best that I've found, ladies. Like, just the best. I don't seem to have any problem maneuvering the product. And you get a great deal of product. I mean, look at this. Look at that. And I paid $6. And it'll last me a really long time. You know? So, I just go ahead and fill these in. Right? And I'll do the same with the other one. You see I pushed down my brow hairs, which helps filling in whatever's missing, but this isn't always how I do my brows. I do my brows so many different ways, and I think it really just depends on the day that I'm having, if that makes sense. If I'm having a really lazy day, like lazy, like I need to get ready pretty quick because I waited to the last minute to get ready, then like I'll just use this, and this is by Maybelline, and it's really, really, really good. It's one of my favorites, actually. But I also have my eyebrow pen, and this is where like I'll go in, and I have two actually. I have this one that I got online. It's actually really nice, and here's the tip. And you just draw them in. And this is like kind of the one I prefer the most. So I'll just go in, do all this. Like I said, doesn't take long. It used to take me forever to get my brows right, and when I mean forever, I mean like, guys, it used to take me 20 minutes to do my brows, and I would get so frustrated because like I didn't want to get my brows microbladed, even though my husband was like all for it because, you know, it's gonna save you so much time, or tattooed or something like that, which I thought about as well. And now we're just gonna brush through these, but I just haven't decided. Just not that person, I don't think. I'm gonna fix it right here in the front. It's like I've tried using pomade, and if anyone has seen like my pictures that I've posted, I've used pomade, but honestly, I hate it. I just don't think pomade is for people that have like a tremendous amount of brow hair, which is me. So now I'm just gonna go through real quick, because that's what today's about, right? Real quick. I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then fix whatever I think should be fixed, really. So I'm just gonna use that. I'm gonna go back in with my eye cream because I'm gonna go ahead and move on to foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead a little bit right here under the eyes, where I typically have the most problems with dryness and creasing. See that? Nice and easy, and let that soak in. Now, like I said, you guys noticed that I didn't use a primer, and I don't like to. So usually I put all my face stuff on first, and while I'm doing my brows, it gives it enough time to kind of like seep in. Because even if you're using a primer, good for you. If it works for you, that's fine. But I apply everything first, let it sit, do my brows, and then move on. You know, of course, everything that I'm saying is just a suggestion. It's what works for me. And quite frankly, like, back when I started wearing makeup, doing this whole makeup thing, listening to people talk and like everything that they do, just didn't work for me. And it was like trial and error and like buying all this makeup, and I don't know, it just wasn't worth it. So what I use on like a daily basis is the Maybelline Fit Me. Can you see that? And I use the Dewy and Smooth, and I range in different colors, anywhere from 128 to 130 to 125. Today I'm just going to use 130 Buff Beige. Okay, I'm going to shake it up real good. I've also been using lately this L'Oreal's True Match, the tinted serum, the hyaluronic. It's really nice, and it actually, you know, doesn't sit on your face, which I like. So I'm gonna go ahead, shake this up real good. I apply this foundation with a brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and I just dip the brush right in here. And so on. I know it looks like a lot, but it's really not. I have a fat face. I'm gonna take my wet sponge. It's not wet, it's like damp. And I'm just gonna pat this all in. Blend, 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 blend. I do not put a lot of makeup right here because I'm just gonna go in and put some concealer there. I like to leave that like a mask area and not apply anything there whatsoever, because a lot of people's problem with creasing and caking under the eye. Do you see that? It's a nice light formula, this Dewy. But I have dry skin, so this is what I use. But my dry skin is getting a lot better now, considering my daily and nighttime skincare routine. So as you can see, it blends really, really nice. And remember, you want to pat the makeup in, tap it, and you don't want to go like this. I'm kind of just doing this just to, there we go, but not to spread it out. Okay, and I'm just gonna look to see if like I need it in any more areas. And I'm using the camera mirror, and I'm using this, my actual mirror. Just gonna go in with whatever's left on here and pat that in. There we have it. Ta-da! Go ahead and put these away. I'm gonna grab my concealer and just gonna do above my brow line. For concealer, like I said, I use like a ton of different stuff, but it just depends on the look I'm actually going for. So, okay. So for my everyday, not getting dressed up, going anywhere look, this is what I use. The Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's really great for dry skin. I love it. And then if I'm getting ready to go out to dinner or something like that, I want something a little bit brighter for my under eye, then I just go ahead and I use this NYX Born to Glow. It's really bright, perfect for your under eyes, which is not the look that I'm going for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna do above my brows real quick, just to clean up anything that I may have missed. And just like that. Okay, and then I'll take a little brush and kind of just like blend it in. Just like that. Nothing too carved out, just enough to clean it up. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead with the next one. As you can see, I don't get like super duper close. I'm not going for no Insta-brow look, right? This is just an every ordinary look for women who just happen to be, you know, older. You know, I'm 45 years old, so it's not like I can just go ahead and, you know, do what these like 20-something-year-old beauty influencers do, which is great and fine and dandy and all, but it's not for me. So there we have it. Everything's all cleaned up on the brows, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead in with my sponge and just tap it all in. Okay. See? Okay, my under eyes, I'm just going to do this. Hard to see in the camera. Oh. And I'm going to take it up. I like to take it down further and kind of work it up that way, because you don't want a ton of product sitting under your eye. Right? And there we have it. Nice and bright and like not creasy. I mean, ladies and gents, if you're listening, you know, we're over 40, so we're gonna have these lines. It's gonna happen. There ain't nothing we can do about it. But you know, it looks good, right? Just gonna put some here. I have just normal, they're not dry, they're not oily. I can use primer, concealer, or eyeshadow primer. It don't really matter, I don't care. I'm gonna do like just a little simple look. Okay. That's that. That's the concealer. Real light, real nice. That's it. So the next I move on to my bronzer, and I'm just gonna do little bit around my cheeks. You know what, but before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set my under eye. I have, this is Shiseido, but I have like a bunch of other ones. This is, I don't know if you can see this or not. It's like a hydrating translucent powder. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna set my under eye real quick. And again, I do the same thing. I start down low and I work up high. And the reason why I moved on to setting my under eye is just because I don't want it to crease while I'm doing everything else. I'm gonna do my forehead. Look how gorgeous that is. It's just so pretty. And my chin. So I kind of just set the areas that I know will need setting. So there we go. And I'm not going to use a lot of powder anywhere else because I'm going to use bronzer in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and with my bronzer. This is just Milani's bronzer, and I have to admit it's pretty good, and it smells really good. It smells really good. It smells like coconuts. I'm going to go ahead and you can see where my natural contour of my face is, and that's kind of just what I'm going to follow. Something simple, right? Today I'm using this brush, but sometimes I do use the angled brush. Do you see that? It's a contour brush. And that just literally one direction. If you go this way, you go down. If you want to go the other way, you got to turn it and go up. Just what I'm going to do right now. Okay. And I'm going to do a little bit here. A little bit around the forehead. And, you know, you're sweeping up with it. Honestly, you should just use whatever brush works best for you. And that's it. I'm just going to do a little bit right here. That's it. I don't always do that, but I feel like it. I'm just going right along my jawline. And that's it. Next, I'm going to go for some blush. So today, I'm using my Playing in Makeup by Yolanda's Bloom palette. It's this blush palette that has all these different types of blushes. If I could just, you know, open it. Okay. Can you see that? I'm going to use this one today, maybe with a little bit of that. So we shall see. Wow, it looks really bright on camera. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit for you guys. I have all this natural light coming in. See, I take it all the way up to my temple, so from here to here. I also don't place it on the apples of my cheeks like everybody else does. because my face just doesn't go that way. It looks really different on camera than it does. Notice I skip my eyes, but I'm also not very messy when it comes to them. Typically on any other day when I have more time and I feel like doing my eyes really good, I do them first. But today I'm not doing anything so crazy. So I'm just gonna go in. This is the Natasha Denona palette. I'm gonna go in with a nice transition shade, bang it off, and as you can see, because I have hooded eyes, I am not going like this. I'm looking straight dead into my mirror, and I'm just applying the color as I see it. Does that make sense? Okay. Yep, nice transition shade. I'm going to go on over and I'm going to do the same thing to my other eye. Now, I should have started with this eye. This is my left eye, and it hates me. I like to start typically with the eyelid that gives me the most trouble, which is that one, because it's shaped differently and I kind of have to maneuver around it a lot better. Next I'm going to go in with this darker shade, and I'm just going to press that on. I'm pressing and I'm patting because I'm not blending anything right now. Does that make sense? I'm going to take it down to my eyelid. So that I'm kind of just tapping where I want the color. Pushing into my crease and kind of just scooting it over. Does that make sense? I hope so. I'm going to take a blending brush and now just kind of blend those two together. Focusing where it needs blending, right? Because you don't want any harsh lines. Just like that. Ta-da! And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing on my other eye. Tapping the color on where I want it. And then I'll move it. Right? I want to get it in my crease. And blend the two together. Like I said, this left eye is the worst. It's shaped differently, so I have to, you know, accommodate it differently. I hate it. So that looks about right. I'm gonna go back in with that original transition shade and just kind of fix this right here. And then do the same thing with this one. There we go. beautiful. And simple. Totally, totally simple. Right? I think. I mean, I was never great with eyeshadow looks, and I'm still not. I'm not that girl that's going to show you how to do a cut crease or anything like that, because this girl just does not have time for it. You know, I've got like children and just, you know, I just don't have the time for it. I don't think anybody really does. That's the whole point of this video. I'm going to go in with this light shade right here and kind of just stick it right there on my lid. Brighten everything up. There we go. Don't do that. Don't blow on your brush. I shouldn't have done that myself. Nice and bright. I rather like it. There we go. Something that just opens up your eye, right? I'm going to take a smaller brush. I can find it. I have a ton of brushes. Here we go. Something nice and small. Really, this is a crease brush. I'm going to go in with that brown that I took, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it under my lid. Okay, just like that. There we go. And I'm gonna take some of this bright orange and just give myself a little pop of color. Just like that. We're good. Make some adjustments where needed. Remember, ladies, I mean, you do what makes you feel like you want to do. You know what I mean? All these makeup ladies that are on beauty influencers, whatever, it's just what they're doing is just a suggestion of things that you could possibly do. I'm going to take some of this glitter and just pop it right there. You know what I mean? Makeup can seriously be for anybody. It's not complicated. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun, you know, and everyone is supposed to have their little take on what they want to do with it. You know, it's not supposed to be difficult. It's everyone's different interpretation of what it wants to be. And that's that, you know? It's supposed to be fun. If it gets complicated, it's not fun anymore, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray my face with some setting spray. I use Milani's. It's my favorite. And it's perfect for my dry skin. I have my little fan here, and I'll just dry it because I don't have all day. You see, everything looks so nice, and it just brings everything together. Like I said, it's perfect for dry skin. And that, you know, that's a fact. There, like you can see a little bit better. Doesn't look so bright, right? From far away, it looks pretty bright. I'm just gonna give myself another squirt. Dry my face, and I'm gonna move on to my lashes. You'll notice I don't put any eyeliner on, and if I did, it would not be anything crazy. I would more than likely, I don't even have that liner pencil. I have one, and I would probably just take it along my lash line and just smudge it out. So it would basically end up looking like I was wearing eyeshadow as the liner. Okay, I'm gonna take my eyelash curler. I'm just gonna give my lashes a nice curl. And you'll see, I do one eye at a time. Why? Because my lashes have a tendency to fall, and as you also saw. Okay, so I'm going to use Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Works really good. So I'm going to start at the tip. And work my way up. Now, I don't like it when formulas are too wet. So I like my mascara. Look at those lashes. Can you see them? I like my mascara most after it's been open, like a month or so. Only because I just like it a little drier. Not so wet. Ta-da! I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye. Everybody does this different. I do what's best for me. My lashes have a tendency to droop quickly, so I can't curl my lashes first. And I hold it there for quite some time. A lot of people just squeeze for a little bit, but that does not work for me. Like I said, I start at the tip and I wiggle and I turn. I wiggle and I turn at the same time. Okay. Wiggle and turn. And usually I'm really messy with mascara. Maybe I've spoken too soon, but yeah, I'm typically not the neatest person when it comes to sticking mascaras on. And there we have it. And you can see I messed up. Let me go back in. I also don't have an abundance of lashes, so like once I find like a mascara that I absolutely love, and I mean, like I'll wear See, there we go. I knew I'd mess up. Like, I love, I'm gonna do my bottom lashes. I love falsies. Like, they're great and all. And if anyone wants to, like, see a, like, more glam look, I can do that too. And put the falsies on. They're pretty to look at, no doubt. But like an everyday look, it's just not for me. See, I knew I would get messy. And once that's dry, I'll just clean it up. And the reason why I spray my face with the setting spray, I always do it before my mascara because I think I just have a tendency to like close my eyes too tight and spray the setting spray, and then it just gets like, mascara gets under my eyes. It's a huge mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some highlight on, and sometimes I'll go like this and I'll just spray, but I'm gonna throw some highlight on. This also is Milani Champagne, their highlighter. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, a little bit right here, and I kind of follow the natural highlight of my face, right? Right here. And that's it. I don't go underneath my brow. I don't do the tip of my nose. None of that funky stuff. And moving on to lips. Something simple, something nude. I'm a fan of orange. Didn't already know. You couldn't tell. So, okay. This is actually my favorite lip liner in the history of lip liners. This is LA Girl. Ultimate Intense. And I love it. Okay, there's that. I'll smudge it in. And then I have a lip crayon by Because Cosmetics. And I love Because Cosmetics. I actually have a setting spray by them as well. And it is the best setting spray for having to wear underneath a mask. My makeup does not budge. So if you're interested in anything from Because Cosmetics, just let me know and I can let you know who I buy from. Okay. And there we go. And I'll throw maybe a little gloss on top just to make it a little orangier. And this is by NYX. This is their butter gloss. I have a lot of these actually. I have this one, and which is Orange Sickle, and then I have another one that this is Fortune Cookie. It's really pretty. I have another one that is Angel Food Cake. It's gorgeous. Let's see. Yes, there's more. And then I have another one that's called Marshmallow. And this is gorgeous. And another one that is called Madeline. And it's this color. It's gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. I have a cream by them too, a soft matte lip cream, and it's called Stockholm. It's very matte. It's very, very matte. But today I'm going to use Artsicle, and I'm just going to pop a color. A little bit of shine. I'm going to get rid of the messy mascara that I did to myself. So let's see. Where is it at? I got some right here. Like I said, you just wait until it's dry. Can I not see? You wait until it's dry and it'll just come right off, see? What's up? That, lovely ladies, guys, and gals. I don't know who would be watching this. Took a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I was talking to you. So there we have it. Up close, personal, quick, simple makeup look that if you're not talking to a camera should only take you about 12 to 15 minutes. Really quick, really simple. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'll answer whatever questions you have. And again, this is just coming from someone who just happens to be over 40. But the thing is that my skin is dry and crepey and wrinkly and just doing things that, you know, I don't want it to do. So, questions, advice, whatever, send them my way. And thanks for watching.